What's up, guys? I'm Bob Tompkins with the Living in SC team at Real Broker, and welcome back to the channel. On today's episode of Living in South Carolina, we're going to be talking about, is Greenville, South Carolina a good place to retire? Now, before we get into that, if you're thinking about making a move to South Carolina or Greenville specifically, please reach out to us at info@livinginsc.com or shoot us a text at the number listed below, as we would love to be a resource for you in that move. Now, without any further ado, let's get right on into it and see if Greenville is a good place to retire. Now, I know what you're thinking. What does a 31-year-old know about retirement? And the truth is, not much. However, my parents are both retirement age and recently moved to the Greenville area. So a lot of what I'm sharing with you today is feedback that I have gotten from them, as well as some different resources that we have found online that point out why Greenville may be a good place for you to live. So first and foremost, when we think about retirement, one of the things that commonly comes to mind is what's easily accessible, what are things that I can do that even in a retirement age are going to be fun, adventurous, but not burdensome or cumbersome to try and to go and do certain activities. This is why if you look at Florida has a lot of these pre-built, like existing communities that are very much planned retirement communities, and people are drawn to them because of the ease of the lifestyle and the accessibility to a lot of different things. Now, Greenville is a little bit different than some of those communities in Florida, as we don't have a lot of planned retirement communities, but that's not to say that Greenville is not a great place to retire. In fact, Greenville does provide a lot of the same amenities that a lot of these planned communities provide, but we're not a large scale city, so it can be a little bit confusing if you're comparing Greenville to some of these planned communities, because when you have a planned community outside of Tampa, Florida, for example, there has to be a plan around it because Tampa is such a large and sprawling metropolitan area, where somewhere like Greenville is a much smaller urban area that's really gonna allow you to access the downtown and enjoy a lot of the amenities that Greenville provides, even though it's not a planned retirement community. Now, with that, why is Greenville so great for retirement-aged people? One such amenity is the downtown and how walkable downtown Greenville is. In fact, from one end of Main Street down to the other, you can walk that in about 30 minutes, which means you could park in the center and be relatively close to anything you want to do. So for a nice afternoon stroll or just perusing around downtown Greenville is very accommodating to that sort of thing. You also have Falls Park on the Reedy. You have a great coffee shop in Spill the Beans, which serves ice cream. So if you've got grandkids and you want to be able to hang out with them with some ice cream down at the park, that is a perfect sort of thing for you. If you don't have grandkids and that's not something that's on your radar, there's also the Furman Golf Club that's just a few minutes outside of downtown, which is a great place to go play some golf and have some leisure time. If you're not actually into doing physical activity, but you do want to get some entertainment and some enjoyment, there's the Greenville Drive down at Floor Field at the west end of downtown Greenville, which is a great place to go kick back, relax, for about 6 months out of the year and watch some baseball. Especially if you're from up north and you want a taste of home, Floor Field does resemble Fenway Park in Boston, as we have our own little green monster there at Floor Field. So it is a great place to go relax and enjoy a baseball game. Now that we've kind of covered what Greenville is and what it isn't, the question begs to be asked, what is in it for you as a retiree? If you move to Greenville, what are some of the things that you can expect? Well, we are a very highly touted city. In fact, Condé Nast Traveler actually ranked us as the #1 friendliest city in the US. They also ranked us as the #6 best small city in the US. US News World and Report ranked us as the 2nd best place to live in South Carolina, ranking only behind Myrtle Beach. Southern Living magazine ranked us as the #5 best city to live in the South. And of course, Forbes magazine ranked us as the #18 best downtown in the country. But I've got a bone to pick with Forbes because you can't put us up against cities like San Antonio and Chicago. We just aren't in the same stratosphere as those, as far as a downtown that's walkable, quaint, cute. We kick those cities' butts. They don't hold a stick to us Now, in addition to that, there are some great benefits for retirees other than just the downtown and the city being a great place to live. In fact, in the state of South Carolina, there is no tax on Social Security income, which is a great benefit for retirees. Now, to be fair, there are quite a few states that don't actually tax Social Security income, but not all of them let you have all of that Social Security income tax-free. So it is a big benefit here in South Carolina to be able to depend on that income and lower your tax burden. In addition to that, if you own property in South Carolina, you can homestead your primary residence and essentially cut your primary tax bill in half on that primary piece of property that you live on, which is a great benefit here in the state of South Carolina. Also, an added benefit as you continue to age, seniors age 85 and up actually receive 5% sales tax in the state of South Carolina. So it helps lower that tax burden as you increase in age, which is a unique and great benefit for our retirees here in South Carolina. In addition to that, South Carolina does have one of the lower costs of living in the country, which means if you've built up a nest egg elsewhere and then relocated here, your money's likely to go a lot further, allowing you to really enjoy those retirement years without having to break the bank every time you want to do something. So in short, do we think Greenville, South Carolina is a great place to retire? Me personally, I do believe that, and my parents are living examples of that as they love to live in Greenville, South Carolina. Now guys, I hope that this video has been helpful to you. If you're thinking about making a move to South Carolina and Greenville specifically, please reach out to us at info@livinginsc.com or shoot us a text at the number listed below. Also, don't forget to check out some of our other videos and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any other South Carolina related content. And we'll see you next time on Living in South Carolina.